The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the 49ers going up against the Browns. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
That while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. He'll let it go deep for Curley. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Yeah, this is going to be touchdown, but what a gift here. That's going to set the return team up in the red zone already. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
There's no sense in dancing around it. Not a lot of bright spots to talk about in Cleveland this year. But I think Isaiah Crowell, the running back, he's a guy we got to keep an eye on in the future. Short of 1,000 yards, but it's hard for him to get enough carries to get there.
Yeah, but he was healthy, started all 16 games. Coach Hugh Jackson, though, said it was his goal to get him to 1,000. You're right, though, just shy of that at 952. Pryor has it complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the first three. Drop you in at the start of this next possession in a 3-0 ball game. Kessler now on first down. And it's a sack. Down goes Kessler. Ahmad Brooks charging hard from that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards there on the scramble and a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Looking to throw on first is Kessler. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call. Steps away to his left.
And he's got room. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
And now a first down following that long gain. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big tight end from 3 yards out. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And safe. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Kessler. Being chased out left. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And now it's second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to intercept.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Here's Kessler. Hard throw, incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Throwing now, Kessler on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards there on the scramble and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On first down, Kessler. And that's caught inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're some.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Third and long. It's Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So he's been a bit... And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on that point of attack.
Yeah, you can pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Kessler. He's able to find Hawkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Andrew Hawkins, a 24. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drop...
This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, 69 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A first down throw for Kessler. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. 15 yards there on the scramble and a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. He's serious. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On first down, Kessler's left. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended target was Corey Coleman. Partner, before the game, we were having Green Bay in the win column for 7 straight games, so hot, and I think you have to look at him and Cobb as 2 of the top performers from Wild Card Weekend.
I would agree totally. I mean,
it got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. So this offense will head back out there. They're in excellent field position after the fumble recovery. Following the fumble recovery, it's Kessler. He's going to go up top again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A gain of 35 that time. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
His pass caught at the 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. Now Kessler steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for a shot.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I know neither one of us does research as busy work. 4 block kicks in 2015.
Yep, for the Browns.
For the Browns.
Tied for the most in the NFL.
And we just see another one here. It's amazing how you try and correct something, and sometimes you work so hard to correct it, you still find a way.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. He's been blocked twice already. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Throwing now, Kessler on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
All right, we've got a minute here, partner. How about the matchups in the NFC divisional round? Seattle at Atlanta, a rematch of a game they played earlier this year that many thought Atlanta outplayed Seattle and should have won the ball game. And then go on to Green Bay, Dallas. There's not much history in that matchup, is there?
Yeah, that's the 8th time that they will be meeting in the playoffs. Cowboys won it earlier this year in Green Bay, Week 6. Also, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turn. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Throwing is Kessler on third down. Being checked. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Lynch in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a fourth down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this score will stay right where it is. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, he tried it from the parking lot. And San Francisco gets set to... Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They come out here in the eye. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Again, it's Crowell. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And a cutback left to the crease here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 68 yards. And the Browns are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're running with Johnson, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave them looking at a 4th and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Red zone opportunity. They've had a tough time tracking him down all night, and that might have been the best chapter in the Super Bowl. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns continue to roll. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs in the dime look.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football in the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now 49er pressure, and they get it. It's blocked. And they will wind up with a football inside the 10 at the 9-yard line.
So when I look at the scoreboard and realize they just blocked a punt with that type of a lead, how much of that was a called punt block or how much of it was a breakdown, you think, by the team punting the ball?
You got to think a breakdown, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think someone just didn't fulfill their assignment and end up now in even worse position.
And now you can start the buses. I would say it's safe, right?
Rev them up, baby.
If they weren't started already. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. He's been blocked twice already. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. Caught outright by Patton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Christian Kirksey in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. He finds his receiver left side. This is Patton. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Offside, defense.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. And the Browns getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They keep it with Crowell on first. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to crown a champion after this. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line,
so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in the...
The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year. Pretty trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
wrecking body cost